Top medical schools in North Carolina are offering social transitioning treatments for children as young as 2 years old. Duke, UNC, and ECU have these programs, which allow for treatments for children that suffer gender dysphoria. The Education First Alliance exposed the experimental treatments. Founder Sloan Rachmuth and board member Dr. Nancy Anderson both join me now. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Sloan, I want to go to you first. Tell us, you guys, your group has exposed this, but how bad is it?
Well, it's really bad. We've been told for years by the left that this isn't going on. And if it is, it's maybe 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds here and there. But it is going on. You're right. In the state of North Carolina, well known, by the way, for its wonderful medical programs, we have Duke, which transitions children at 2. We've got UNC, who transitions children at 3. And then ECU has just added a program that is saturating not only rural health communities, but also schools, and they start at 4. I mean, these big systems cover the entire state of North Carolina, and they're doing it in family medicine. That's right, your corner doctors, their aim is to turn these places into pill mills for children, as young as 2, starting with the social, and then moving with the hormones and so forth.
I mean, this is absolutely outrageous. When I read this, ages 2 to 4. Dr. Anderson, I want to talk about what she was talking about with the primary care physicians. So does this mean that ultimately the parents have to take their kids in to do this? I mean, they're 2 and 4. It's not like they're driving there. So is this falling on the parents? And as far as the primary care physicians, are they being threatened to do this, or is this just what they think needs to be done?
No, medicine has become an activist entity. There are activists that are now physicians and medical providers who have radical progressive ideologies, who have no problem with socially transitioning 2, 3, 4-year-olds in gender-affirming care. And just to clarify, these institutions are very specific about the mode of treatment as gender-affirming care, which means that this is a pathway, a highway that you can't get off of. As soon as the child thinks or pretends they might be a different sex, then that must be affirmed. And no questions asked lest you be labeled a transphobe. And there are doctors who are adamant about this type of treatment.
But Dr. Anderson, how in the world is a 2, 3, or 4-year-old questioning their gender? I mean, some of them are still in diapers.
That I don't know. I think it must come from external factors at that point. Parents and activist friends. We have whistleblower stories out there from Washington University of St. Louis and other parents who talk about how they've been indoctrinated in these progressive ideologies, and they genuinely believe that the child can choose any gender they want. But as soon as they might start questioning or listening to other opinions, they're told that they're being transphobic. And the child is kept on this pathway by activist medical professionals. It's incredibly unfortunate. I personally don't understand it. I think it's against the ethics of do no harm. Mm-hmm. None of this happened when I trained in general surgery. This wasn't even an issue 10 years ago.
Oh, I know. This is something that's popped up. I really think we're just getting a good handle on it and seeing what's happened in the last year or so. Sloan, tell us what's going on with the Youth Protection Act in the House. Has there been any movement on it? Where does it stand?
Well, we had a wonderful bill called the Youth Protection Act, and it would do several things. Number one, it protects a child's rights by, eliminating the ability for physicians to prescribe these hormones and puberty blockers, which we know and these organizations acknowledge causes sterility and possible suicide. So that's one bucket. Second one is parental rights, a right for parents to not only know what the heck is going on, but a right to sue up to 20 years after these treatments. Also, whistleblower protections. Actually, you hit on this important thing. Are doctors being forced to do this? We don't know because they're under such strain. So this bill would have provided whistleblower protections that the doctors could come forward. We need that in medicine. This bill, by the way, went up for a committee vote yesterday, has been completely gutted so that the only thing is left is no surgeries done on minors. Well, to our knowledge, in a public institution, surgeries, thank goodness, are not done on minors. So it really has no impact. But I'll tell you this, if action isn't taken before Thursday on this bill, gosh, that's tomorrow, this bill will die. And now we know that we've got 2 to 4 year olds being exposed to this toxic, potentially deadly social movement.
You know, I'm never one to tell parents how to raise their kids, but this sounds criminal to be doing this to your children. It's just not right. And of course, we did reach out to the schools. We have not yet heard back, but Sloan and Dr. Anderson, thank you so much for your time this morning. Good luck to you on this.